It's Bob and Tom Tonight, starring Chick McGee, Christy Lee, Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby, Pat Godwin, Willie Griswold, and Tom Griswold.
I got a weird update.
Okay. It's the only kind we do, right?
I'd heard rumors about this, but I'd never seen the actual story until just now. I just found it. What I'm talking about is Christy had referenced the great baseball player Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah, because Marilyn Monroe wore a brown, I think it's Sergei, wedding suit. It had a white fur collar, and it's now being offered for auction.
Isn't it a serge suit?
Serge?
I think
I'm not
it's
sure what it is.
I don't know.
It's like a style.
But
right?
the problem, the point rather, is that Joe DiMaggio, the great baseball player, that I was in this rumor about him, and then I found this story. Pete Rose once had to help Joe DiMaggio in the shower.
Yeah.
The essence of the story is they were visiting troops during the Vietnam War, and they were in the middle of the jungle. And Joe DiMaggio needed a shower, and Pete Rose explained to him, "Look, we're in the middle of the jungle. We really can't do it." Well, I believe this was in '67, and Rose recently was discussing this. He said, I'll quote here, "All of a sudden, Joe DiMaggio says, I got to take a shower." I said, "Joe, we're not in downtown Saigon. We're in the middle of the jungle." He says, "I don't give a darn. I'm Joe DiMaggio. I've got to take a shower." So at that point, Rose said, "The only way you can take a shower is to get up in that chair, and then you take a bucket of water, and I'll pour it on you." So he helped him do it because that's how they would shower in the jungle. And the interesting thing is, Mr. Pete Rose said, the best way to describe Joe DiMaggio is he was a penis with a man hanging from it. Pete Rose, that's great. Yeah, the Joe apparently
I know,
incredibly good.
Very well hung.
Had a big one?
Yeah,
Cool.
Great bat.
A big hanger.
So it's kind of a...
Yeah, Serge is a twill fabric. I did not
Marilyn
know.
had to choke up on it. 12-inch hanger.
Wait a minute. I'm so sorry. That was such a fine joke. What did Marilyn have to do?
Choke up on it. 12-inch hanger.
I'm sorry. So Pete Rose mentioned that Joe DiMaggio, he'd never seen a penis with a man hanging from it. And what happened with Marilyn?
Oh, she had to choke. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie.
So what you're saying is me and DiMaggio must be related.
Yeah, that's right, Donnie.
I'm kidding. I'm actually hung like an infant baby. 9 pounds, 18 ounces.
Nice. 10-2.
More like a cocktail
I don't know
weenie.
if I told you guys, but I'm bringing my new side piece, Misty, to Christmas this year.
Oh, with you, the family Christmas?
Yep, and they're shutting down Xanadu's, Tom, during holidays to fumigate for silverfish.
Wow. That's rough.
That is right.
Well, it's going to be Misty's first day off work the last 14 years.
Oh, yeah, they all have for Christmas, of course.
Well, of course, she'll be missing out on a ton of cash. She always made more money in the holidays because she got this dance where she dresses up as Mrs. Claus, and then they decorate the pole at Xanadu's, look like a candy cane.
That is just wrong.
I swear to God, she does things with that candy cane pole to make you wonder how come she ain't got stage 2 diabetes yet. Fire-ass hot. Her performance give Wilfred Brimley's a stiffy and a sweet tooth. Oh, and Christy,
Yes.
don't get jealous if Liffy starts calling her mom here regular.
Uh-huh.
And he loves Misty ever since she brought him that tarantula. Remember the one you said he wasn't allowed to have?
Yes,
Too
that one.
dangerous?
Yeah,
Hey, Josh, I got a question for you. You had a snake. Did you keep your snake like in a cage, or did you just free range that bad boy?
Terrarium, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, because I want Woofy to keep him in an aquarium, and Misty wants Woofy to free range little spud web.
Oh, is that what she's calling him?
Bad idea.
Well, she's one of them hippie strippers, Tom. He's all about free range. Free range eggs, free range cats, free range babies. She's free range everything. Probably explains why she don't own a single set of bra or panties. Trust me, you know when she's entered the room because even her scent is free range. Yeah, her pH levels might be off for something. Because even her Mazda smells like Red Lobster's dumpster. Yeah, I better jump off here. I think I just seen a little spud web scamper behind the toaster. And it's almost feeding time.
Hey,
No
Donnie,
wonder why he's on the run.
But before you hang up, Donnie, what does a tarantula eat? I don't know.
Whatever the hell it wants to, Tom. That's why I'm grabbing Woofy, and we're getting the hell out of here. Hang on. No, Woofy, Pincher ain't one of Santa's reindeers. That's just Misty's way of getting bigger tips from Pervert Rose. Pincher. All right, go.
Go.
A free-range tarantula.
I had a tarantula, too, when I was a kid.
Did you?
Fang was his name.
Do they?
That's a good name.
Do they bite or do they pinch? Speaking of pincher,
They bite, yeah.
they do.
Yeah, their fangs, yeah, they bite, yeah.
Did
They
you
never bit
Did you ever
you.
get bitten?
No, because it would do this. It would do that thing where it would lift like its front legs go and hiss, and then you knew, oh, I better get my hand out of there.
Did you ever let him crawl up your arm and stuff? And sit on
No,
your
my dad
shoulder
never
and-
let us.
Did he ever sing for you?
He did. He had a lovely voice.
For the memory.
Yes, we tried to get him on America's Got Talent, but apparently Sofia Vergara is afraid of spiders.
Oh, I don't blame her.
When you said you wanted to get a tarantula, did your parents look at you kind of funny? They were totally on board?
Yeah, they were like, okay, I got it for Christmas one year.
Huh.
Yeah, Santa brought it.
How long did
it
they-
must have been a rough slave.
How long did they live?
I had it for a good, I don't know, 3-4 years.
What do they eat? I mean,
Crickets. We had to go get crickets for it.
oh God, I lived that life for years.
No kidding.
Those dusted crickets.
They won't
For the-
eat them and they're not alive.
Yeah, these had to be
For the
alive.
frogs, I did. I went through that. It's time now to move forward with Christy
soup
Lee at the news desk. What have we missed?
The two-piece suit Marilyn Monroe wore for her marriage to Joe DiMaggio is going up for auction.
She wore a suit?
Yep, the dark brown.
It's kind of a Hillary Clinton tribute.
Kind of a, yeah. It was Marilyn, then Diane Keaton, then Hillary.
Did you
dark-
say the dark brown serge?
Dark brown, is it serge wedding suit with
serge.
a white fur collar on the jacket?
Okay, here's a picture. It's a dress and it's not a or it's a skirt and a top. It's not like a pantsuit.
No,
They
it's a
call
suit.
it
They
a
still call it a
suit.
suit, even if
Now,
it's.
do they have the bag that she used to put over Joe's face when he was banging her?
You didn't find him to be a handsome man?
The way that you can be so delicate about certain things. That's just so
ugly,
crass.
The suit is being offered by Gotta Have Rock and Roll with a minimum bid of.
500,000.
Anybody else?
$2 million.
$1 million. Wow. And the garment is expected to sell for between $1.5 to $2 million.
No,
It runs through December 9th.
the question is which member of the Kennedy family will be the highest bidder. I can smell Jack. Okay. Wow. Do
can
you suppose
smell
they
Jack.
shine a black light on it and make sure there are no traces of Joe? I don't imagine on the honeymoon. Do they dry clean something like this, or do they leave it game warm?
You usually
Yeah,
dry
that's a good
clean
question.
something.
You would?
Oh, yeah. You dry clean something after you've worn it? Sure.
Well, yes, but let's say this still had hints of her perfume.
oh, I don't
whatever
think
she
it
wore
would.
to-
Well, not after.
Yeah, I would think you'd want to leave that.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So, do you suppose that I know that there's that thing where you're trying to delay the arrival, if you will, of the. You know what I'm talking about, Christy.
Yeah, the end of the
And
game?
it's sometimes
Is that what you're talking
sometimes guys famously will go through their favorite old baseball rosters. You know, Willie McCovey, and then that gives them a little more time. What do you suppose DiMaggio did?
Me. What did I hit last year?
My brother. Dom was, of course.
Of course.
Or you think of like baseball, high and outside.
DiMaggio sure was crazy about her, wasn't he?
Oh, he sure was.
His whole life.
He
Flowers
took her
on
a
grave.
rose. Was it every week or every day?
I thought every day.
I thought every day we visited her grave.
How fascinating.
She's actually in the mausoleum there.
She's on a file drawer
Yep.
up high.
Well, actually, she's right at eye level. She's got a nice spot.
Does she?
She's got a nice
I've
butt.
been there.
Nice spot.
Nice spot.
Oh, nice spot.
I'm sorry. So they're selling they're selling her honeymoon.
No, her wedding suit.
Okay.
Because remember, they got married. I think it was like at the Justice of the Peace or
Well, they
something.
got married in a fever.
Hotter than a pepper spray.
That's
Thank you.
right. A tattoo
What do you think
studio.
the panties would go for?
Oh, boy.
3 million?
Quite a bit.
You think they're out there, the panties? I bet they must be, right?
Some weirdo.
Well, she famously rarely wore them.
Making them more valuable.
That's right.
Yeah.
I guess so. Willie, you missed I don't think you were here for what I consider to be in Ace's Mount Rushmore of Ace Cosby jokes of the day.
Yeah.
And Ace, I know that you don't like to repeat yourself, but would you mind?
Would you do us a kindness?
Would you be kind enough to allow Willie to hear once again the Mount Rushmore of Ace Cosby jokes of the day?
I don't remember it.
See, that's the problem. Ace, they're all in Ace's mind part of the Mount Rushmore.
Something to do with the pie.
Here's the thing, Tom. There are 4. You need 4 when you're talking Mount Rushmore, right? I can't think of one. So.
Oh, yeah, there's a couple that you enjoyed.
Next break.
Wizard of Oz one?
Yeah, well, why don't you just tell everybody?
And I'm just trying to help.
That doesn't help.
I said
Yeah, it does. It reminds Ace, and then Ace can get this over with.
Hey,
if Pat knows, he has to tell you he knows.
That does not ruin the joke.
Well, no, of course
it
not.
does now. He'll forget you said. Ace, we'll do it in a couple hours. God, thank you. Rosebud was a sled. Jeez. Pat.
Don't ruin the end of Usual Suspects.
Bruce Willis is a ghost.
I know.
Don't ruin the end of Die Hard 2. Die Harder.
Let's do it for him.
There you go.
Okay.
Look at that. I knew he
Ladies and
ran
gentlemen, here we go.
I'm so excited.
What did you write down? Come on.
Hey, Willie, there we go. Where would you weigh a pie?
I don't know. Where would I weigh a pie, Ace?
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Finish it.
He has to do the rest of it.
Way up high.
You know, they say you can't go back home again. They're right.
Is that some kind of comedy, huh?
That's really good.
Boy, yeah,
The first telling was very good.
Yeah?
that's a fine
No, we
show.
could have sent him the clip.
Right, we could have.
Probably should have.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube.
That's what, yeah. Exactly.
So much for Mount Rushmore.
Ace, why did you choose to pause after you said somewhere over the rainbow? Were you just letting everybody in the room get their thoughts together?
You forgot.
I had to remember what I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Pat.
Yes.
Your album, number 1 in the Amazon list over the weekend. Congratulations.
Thank you.
In the comedy section.
Yeah, exactly. It's not number 1 overall. Come on.
Well,
Let's not be stupid.
It's not like Mannheim. What is it? Grafenberg Steamroller? What is it?
And Pat, you're not sitting somewhere ordering the album all by yourself, right?
One after another.
So streaming
You guys got
everywhere.
stacked
It's called Christmas Bonus. And Pat, what do you feel like playing right now?
Oh, he doesn't feel like anything. I can answer that.
Something from the album, perhaps?
Something Christmassy?
Sure.
Okay, what do you got?
On the first day of rehab, my counselor said to me, they found you drunk under the Christmas tree. On the second day of rehab, the doctor said to me, no more drinking. They found you drunk under a Christmas tree. On the third day of rehab, my ex, she visited me. I tell you, you'd end up here. No more drinking. And what's this about a Christmas tree? On the fourth day of rehab, I got the DTs. 5 orderlies tried to hold me down and gave me a shot of Thorazine. And then I slept for the next 4 days to move the narrative on the 8th day of rehab. The nurse, she gave to me Prozac for depression, Valium for shaking, lithium for mood swings. I'm lit up like a Christmas tree. On the 9th day of rehab, my counselor said to me, your insurance won't cover 12 days. 9 days is your limit, or it'll cost you 5 G's. 2 cops are here inquiring about the man they found drunk and naked under the neighbor's Christmas tree. The end. Or is it?
Christy Lee is at her post at the Bob and Tom News desk.
Would you like to hear a song from Pat? Because I have a story that'll feed right into him.
When you do the story, we'll see.
Authorities in Wisconsin had to warn drivers to steer clear of a manure spill that shut down a highway for a day.
Oh, boy.
WCCO
We're cool.
reports.
Wait a minute.
It would be Coco, really.
Coco.
Reports a truck dumped its load of manure onto County Highway HH all the way through the downtown area of Kiel. The Kiel Police Department said cleanup efforts took several hours. The trucking company responsible for the manure spill has since apologized for the incident.
Sorry.
And the police chief has assured residents, thanks for your continued patience. Nobody wanted this to happen. It is a big mess, but this was not an intentional act, and a lot of people are working to clean it up.
Liquid manure or?
Must be.
Oh,
Just because some of our streets are covered in it doesn't mean we should fling it around at each other on social media.
I think it all turns liquid after a while.
Yeah, I would think so. Boy.
If it's below 32 degrees, though, wouldn't it kind of just be like that kind of chalky, icy?
Like a brown ice.
You'd have sheets of ice.
Yes.
Sheets, I said.
That's very nice. You have a song about this?
Yes, I do. On the road again. Now there's crap spilled on the road again. Fecal matter splatter from a cow's rear end. Getting up in my grill and in my rig again. Trucker lost his load again. Last week it was pigs that ran out of their pens. Now it's steaming dumps of Bessie and her friends. Mucking up the slimy road again. On the commode again. That's what it smells like on this Wisconsin Hershey highway. Let's try to be mature, my friends. It's just manure that caused the backup on the causeway. It was a huge delay. On the road again. Some poor bastards getting towed again. Chickens, turkeys, poop, and the piles of bovine crap are splattered all over the road again.
Thank you.
Yikes.
You're welcome. The red-headed stranger.
Thank you very much. Now, Christy, thought we'd squeeze in some Christmas stuff. But before we do,
Yeah?
I found your theme music.
Oh, you did?
Sometimes in this show, you can tell that you wish you were elsewhere. The way
You get that far away look in
much
your
the way
eye.
you wish that the world was a different place than the way it is right
I
now.
do.
And here's the music. Christy running through the fields.
Everything's fine.
Yes.
Why, look. There's Mr. and Mrs. Kennedy.
Hi, Jack.
Oh, he has his entire head. Wow.
I like chicks dancing. And there's Bobby.
Hey, Bobby.
Stay out of the kitchen.
Okay.
You wear the
There's
I'm out.
Bobby.
same last name, first name. Bobby!
That's so sad.
We were talking about rainbow food.
You know, Jack,
Yes.
after DiMaggio,
Yes.
well, it was pretty much like
He's
putting a needle into a donut.
Wow.
Stretchy out beyond belief. Yeah.
Can I borrow some of your back pills? I just spent the night with Joe.
Did no one else like?
I use them for my back. I guess you'll use them for your front.
You know. Yeah.
Jack Kennedy just understandably. Oh, he stretched out, did he? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
What the hell is that guy?
I've heard that Joe is hung like those missiles they were trying to take to Cuba.
That's
No.
That's all right.
No, that's not how he said Cuba.
You and I
Cuba.
have to stop
Cuba.
banging, or else my brother will secretly kill you. Look it up, people.
Look it up, folks.
Look it up.
It's all right there.
Speaking of looking it up,
Yes.
I'm not aware of this, but I don't know if this is true.
Oh, that's stuff you're not aware of, though.
No, there's a lot of stuff I'm not. This comes to us from Shannon.
Shannon is gone, I've heard.
I like that song.
I love that song.
It's about a dog, though.
Drifting out to
I thought it was a horse.
No, it's about a dog.
It's
I thought it was a mermaid.
I thought it was one of the Beach Boys' dogs. I thought.
No, it's not the Beach Boys.
No, it's not the
No,
Beach
no,
Boys, but there's
Henry
somebody
Gross.
in the. Yes, I know it's Henry Gross, but you let me talk, you piece of.
Remember, you're on probation.
I am on probation.
After
I'm
this
sorry.
morning show. It's How Did Chick McGee End His So-Called Sports? I love this letter already. Without mentioning Gardner Minshew's outstanding performance yesterday. Shame on him, all caps.
I didn't watch the Eagle game. What did he do? I can't watch everything.
Well, you could
No, it's
read about
impossible.
it
What
the
happened?
next day.
What happened? I can't watch everything.
Well, what do you do when you get in here at 3 a.m.?
I relax. I have some time for myself.
Okay, well,
I don't know why I'm talking. I get in here at 5:58. if I'm lucky.
Well, you're not expected to know what happened in sports.
I will bet you. I'm not Have you heard this again for the 9,000th time? Have you heard what we do over here at the sports department?
Watch the entire show live or on demand at bobandtom.com.
Hey man, this is Donnie Baker. If you just like that video, then do your part. Like and subscribe. You have to. It's state law.